Hello, book lovers. Welcome back to Roseanne Reads Podcast. I'm Sophia.
I'm Haley.
Yay, we're back.
Here
So
we
glad to
are.
be here.
This book I'm excited for.
Yes, it was so much fun. I re-listened to it over the last week, and
You're
it was
crazy.
I know, but it was
Again.
good.
What's your re-listen to this?
So, I read it the first time. I enjoyed it, but it was a little slow when I was reading it.
Mhm.
And now re-listening to it, I actually enjoyed it a lot more.
Really?
Yeah. I did.
You weren't bored with it?
No, I mean, of course, there were parts where I'd kind of tuned out because I knew what was happening.
Yeah.
A lot of because there's a lot of just we're training and we're waiting and
It's a lot.
it's a lot. But there's a lot to unpack with this book. So thanks for tuning in with us.
Yes, we're excited to be here, guys.
Yay.
We really are.
Let's whine about it first.
Ooh. Oh, well, then let's pour some wine.
Let's pour some wine.
So
while we
we've
whine
got
about
a
it.
fancy pants. I don't even know how to say that. What is
you want me
that?
to do it?
Yeah. Yeah, butcher that one.
Côtes de Provence.
Ooh, our French
Côte.
is so
Côte.
wonderful.
I don't even know if it's French. Is
Yeah,
it?
I have no idea.
All right, let's just pour it.
I was
I don't
assuming
really care
it
what
was
it
from
sounds.
France.
I don't
but-
care what the name of it is. It's orangey. That's interesting. Most of our rosés are pretty pinky.
Yeah, it is a little orange. I like it.
I like
I'm
it
here
too.
for it.
Very autumn court.
Oh, I love that.
Cheers.
Speaking of autumn court, well, we'll get to fan casting, but I had
Mhm.
a hell of a time picking somebody for him.
For Baron or for
Mhm.
for Baron?
For Baron.
Okay, well let's just jump in. Oh wait, we're whining about it.
Well, we're whining about it. What is
Don't let me
pissing
get
you
too
off
ahead.
this week?
So what's pissing me off this week is all the haters on Taylor and Travis Kelce. I'm so pissed. It's like let them be happy.
You know what? I saw this thing, and he was on a podcast,
Mhm.
and he was saying, he's like, we just show up for each other and support each
Exactly.
other. That's all she's doing.
Yeah.
Is watching me play.
Yeah, people are talking about how like they're sick of seeing her on football, and then somebody else said, "Well, she's made NFL $38 million because of women watching," and I'm like, she doesn't care. She's there supporting her boyfriend.
She literally doesn't care at all. No, she's there with her friends and his family, her family too,
exactly,
and they're having a good time.
and it's
Leave them
cute. I
fucking be.
like to see it, like that picture at the end of the last game. People are like, "Well, did you see where she pulled him to him, and that shows dominance, and Travis isn't gonna like it." I'm like, guys, just
stop. You're
stop.
pulling from nothing.
Yeah,
I don't
let
know.
them be happy.
I know.
No, I'm here for it. I'm happy for them.
I agree. At first,
You do you, Travis.
It was a
and
little
Taylor.
crazy. Like,
I didn't believe it at first.
well, and people weren't believing it, or it was just a lot on TV. Like, I understand.
Mhm.
I understand it's a lot. Like, for some people she has shown a lot.
Yeah.
But it's also not her fault.
No, any celebrity that goes to an NFL game, they show them.
They show them.
Yeah.
Detroit Lions. Who was there? Eminem.
Exactly.
Like,
Eminem. We saw
all the
him.
time. Yeah, I don't know. It just seems silly, but
it is silly. That's why I'm whining about it, because just let them be happy, y'all.
I agree.
They look happy to me. That's good enough for me. I don't know.
Mine is painting.
You're painting your house.
Yeah, such a bitch. Y'all. Okay, one, to have somebody come and paint your whole house is bazillions of dollars.
Hella
like
expensive.
So crazy. Like, and I don't even live in a big ass house, and it was the
Mhm.
quote for it was so crazy. And so I was like, I'm gonna do this myself. And so I've been doing it one room at a time, but I haven't chosen a trim color because I
Mhm.
didn't want the wall coloring that I chose
Right.
was a little creamier white.
Okay.
So I didn't want a supery white.
You need like a
trim.
butter white.
Yeah. But do you know how many shades
of white
there are?
Oh, I can't tell you. So our trim, it's the same throughout the entire home because it took me so long to pick the right white to go with my gray
walls.
Gray walls.
So, but then there's
French,
whites.
light French gray is my walls.
Yes. See, but then there's like that white. So I had gray walls at one time too.
Mhm.
And then the white that I chose had a blue kind of tint to it.
Yeah.
So when I changed it to white, the bluish tint
They like popped out,
and that looked gray. And it was like, holy crap.
There's a lot of gray.
It was crazy. And so now that I'm redoing it, just seeing the difference, it was like, oh my gosh, and there's so many different colors, and then the prepping for it.
Mhm. There's so much to painting.
So much to it. You have to have the right brushes. You have to make sure they're all clean. You have to make sure what you're painting is clean. Take off the hardware.
Otherwise, it looks like crap.
It does look like crap if you really don't do it correctly. And so, like, I am doing it correctly, and the one little spot takes me so long.
I feel your pain. It took us, I think, 3 months to paint my house.
Yeah.
So I get you.
No, it's crazy. And so that's what I'm kind of bitching about because and people that go through it, you guys know.
You have patience
You
too.
have patience.
I don't have
Oh,
patience.
but then I like look at it. I'm like, oh, I did this. Like, oh, I'm happy for
Look at
myself.
me.
Yeah.
It is an accomplishment once you feel something. Once you get something done, that
Yeah,
feeling there's almost nothing better.
I know.
I do appreciate that.
So that's
Yay.
on my list. And then Valentine's Day coming up.
Oh yeah,
It
I
always
don't.
kind of annoys me.
We don't really ever do anything. I normally make like a nice meal and we watch either a scary movie or a romantic
Okay,
comedy.
that's funny.
Well, it depends on which year it is. Jeremy gets to pick if it's a
Oh, that's
horror movie,
fun.
and I get to pick if it's a rom com. So
Oh,
we'll
that's
see. We'll
cute.
see. I don't remember whose year it is. We just kind of choose.
Scott and I always do a crab boil. I don't know
Mm,
why we get crab legs and the
yum.
potatoes and shrimp and stuff. And
I like
yeah,
that. That sounds
that's just
good.
like what we do every year. We don't go out, but we just do like a fun
No, to
crab
get a
boil.
reservation anywhere is just insane.
We've done it before. Like we've done the whole fancy, let's go out for drinks and the dresses and
It's not
stuff.
my
And
thing.
it's like, no, I don't like it. I don't know.
I feel like you do that when you're dating, but
I
once you're
know.
married, it's like, okay, just get me my
Yeah, and
chocolates
honestly, like I
and a
like
bottle of wine.
savvy. I don't do the whole basket thing. I don't. People do like
Basket thing.
we're like for their children, like do like big
Okay,
baskets and stuff.
I'm
I
gonna
don't
whine
know.
about it for a second. I don't agree with giving children gifts for every single holiday,
Holiday.
so
Yeah.
I don't do it.
No, I don't.
Absolutely
I
not.
don't either. Like I already have to buy the little Valentines for your
Yeah,
class.
that's all I do.
Yeah,
I
and
do a little candy bag with
I
the
did like the
things.
little dollar, little heart, little chocolate box for
Yeah,
her that had 3 little chocolates in it.
that's perfect. They get a ton of candy all
Th-
the time.
I
It's just
know,
making our kids
but
fat. Oh,
yes,
sorry.
well, it is,
Don't
and
come at me for that.
I know,
But
right?
it's true. It's so unhealthy.
But it's like I also don't need to spend $50 on crap that's going to be later around my house.
No.
Coloring books, little trinkety toys,
Mhm.
another pop it thing. Like
So many poppets. I can't
it's
tell you how many
fine.
we've
Like
gotten.
we already get them for birthdays and we get which is all super fun and that's
Right.
part of it, but like I don't need to do it.
Nope.
I I don't know.
Like
Guys, we don't need to be doing it.
the Easter baskets
I
was
don't
my thing. I don't
I
do
don't
like
do
a
that.
huge thing.
I don't
I'll do
either.
a little one because my
We
parents did
do
that.
we do a little
Yeah.
one. It has like, usually like a bunny and a coloring book
Yep.
and
Exactly.
like a chocolate bunny.
Yeah, that's what I do. A big chocolate bunny, a
Yeah.
little book, and
But
a
that's
stuffy.
it. And usually that basket is the one you're going to get eggs.
Yeah.
That's
I use the
like
same baskets.
I don't know.
I reuse my baskets.
That's
I'm just like
smart.
the Easter bunny came and got it, man.
Yeah.
He hopped in here, took your basket, and filled
Yeah.
it with crap.
I remember growing up there was a family that I babysat for and for Easter the Easter bunny
Uh-huh.
made mischief and went through the house and like tore off the pillows and stuff off the couches, would like stack them, would
Right.
put the chairs upside down on the tables, like came in and like
That's
made
fun.
mischief. They didn't do Easter baskets or anything. Like the Easter bunny came and like kind of not messed up
Interesting.
the house so much where you're like,
Kind of
this is
sounds like the elf on the
about
shelf
a
thing.
little bit, but it's only once,
See,
not for the
that
whole
sounds
year.
cute.
So
My Easter bunny doesn't do that much.
I might do that this year and put little footprints and be
Mhm.
like, oh my God, the Easter bunny. Like, I think that'd be kind of
Okay, I
fun.
did that for Santa, and we just had a mess all Christmas Day.
That's so funny.
So I was
snow boots.
yes, because we used baby powder, like I
Uh-huh.
thought you were supposed to do, and then it just looked like crap whenever I went to like open the presents. I was like, I hate this.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
I don't know.
My OCD brain was not having it.
Well, it's just like we can't win. It's like we
No.
try to do nice, fun things. Or I don't know. I also feel like it's social media trying to hype
It is
everybody
social
up
media.
because if we didn't have
It's
that,
commercialism at its finest.
dude, and now I see like why my mom always bitched about it.
Yeah. I was talking to my mom and I told her, I was like, I did not realize that half of motherhood is just planning meals for your family. And I did not grow up and want to be a meal planner when I grew up. Like, I don't want to do that
It is every single day.
every single.
What should I pack you for lunch? Oh,
Yeah,
what
now
do
it's
we
not
want
just
for dinner? Yeah,
It's lunches.
lunches
It's
and
lunches
breakfast
and breakfast. Oh, in the summer, it's all three.
and snacks.
Oh, and snacks. Yeah. Does your school make your kid bring their own snack?
So Bentonville did for Frankie, but Springdale doesn't. So
Ours does.
I'm not 100% sure if she's having snack. You know,
I would send her with it because I didn't know we were supposed to send it until like 4 weeks in, and the teacher was like, "Oh, by the way, please send your kid with a snack. They don't eat till 12:30." And I was like, "What
well,
the fuck?"
Yeah.
So mad.
I know. She hasn't said anything like, hey, I need to eat.
Yeah, my kid
'Cause
didn't say anything
I
either.
I feel like she would. But I don't know. Kids are kids.
Kids are kids.
So
If you have kids, you understand.
yeah, sorry, we're just going on
Okay, yeah,
rants
that was a
because
huge rant.
it's just like this is what is going on that's bothering us apparently.
This is our day. But
But
anyways.
we love to relax with some wine and a good book.
Oh,
So
and I'm sorry, let's just talk about how Miss Queen, Sarah J. Maas, she's just amazing.
Well,
a literary genius.
her Crescent City third book just came out.
House of Flame and Shadow is amazing. Oh my God. If you haven't read Crescent City, if you haven't read Throne of Glass, go read them. Get to the third book of Crescent City and your mind will be blown. I'm telling you.
I'm so excited to start it. I'm literally starting it in a couple days from reading my other books.
I'm so glad she's given us this outlet away from our world.
I know. It is really fun. I love being sucked into a good book.
So good. So
it really is. And so let's do our fan casting.
Yes. I loved just meeting or learning about all the High Lords in this book.
Yeah. So this is what we're going to do. All the High Lords. We've already done Reese and Tampon. So we're not going to skip over those.
Right.
But we'll do the rest and the King of Hybern.
Yes. And did you get Jurian and Ianthe?
I didn't because I wasn't sure if we were doing them. But you can
I'll
share
just tell you
ours.
mine.
Yeah, it's fine. But I started with the Summer Court and just kind of worked my way up.
Sure. Who'd you got for Summer Court?
Well, I think I even said this the last time for Tarquin got Grey's Anatomy guy. Jesse.
Oh, yeah. The Jesse guy.
Yeah.
He'd be a good one.
Just think he would be perfect for it. That's who I picture.
He would be great. I picked Michael B. Jordan just with dreads. Right. Right.
Oh, my God.
He's a good one.
Yours wins. Yours wins. I love Michael B.
But I want Jesse in it for another one. Who else?
Yeah,
who else do we have? Thiessen and Hellion?
Thiessen for the Dawn Court.
Yeah, who'd you pick for that?
Okay, so I don't know why, but I can't remember what she describes all these people either, other than like Autumn Court having like red hair. But
I just know that the Day, Dawn, and Summer, they're all like black.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they all have. She describes them as having like ebony skin and.
Oh. Well, I didn't do that.
Okay, that's fine.
I thought like Dawn Court more like.
That's how I pictured him. If I'm wrong, sorry, but that's how I pictured him.
And look I pictured somebody totally different. So I pictured Richard Madden, Rob from
I love him.
Game of Thrones.
This is Dawn.
Yes, Dawn Court Thiessen.
I almost said Dusk.
I just think like with his curly hair and just kind of, I know he's lighter skinned, but I just felt like Dawn. Like he'd be cute. Like, yeah, I don't know. I thought he was awesome in that.
He'd be cute.
Who'd you choose?
I chose Charles Michael Davis. You've never watched Vampire Diaries, have you?
No.
It's that
but
guy.
I bet he's pretty sexy.
I can't even remember his name. He is.
My hair.
Oh, do you have a hair on your nose?
I was like, yeah.
I was like, what is that?
I could see it.
I think I actually got a picture of this guy, but he is super duper cute. He's kind of got that smile.
Yes, he was in
he's been in a lot of things.
He's been in Grey's Anatomy too.
Yes. Oh, he was.
As Joe's crazy.
Yes.
Not crazy. The other doctor.
The Dr.
OBGYN
Dr. Peckwell.
Yeah.
That's right. Dr. Peckwell. That's what
no, he's sexy.
What's his face called him?
Yes. And so Day Court.
Okay. Day Court. I picked. Oh, did you drop your pen?
Yeah, I didn't need to play with it anyways. I was just messing with it. I was like sitting here like
oh, today's a good day. So I picked Day Court, Hellion, Regé Jean Page, the guy from Bridgerton.
Oh my God. Yeah. So I had him in mind, but then I went, swear to God.
No.
I put Lucien Labascount. I can't remember. I don't know how to say it. But did you watch Emily in Paris?
No, I never watched that.
He looks just like Bridgerton guy.
Oh, really?
And he is so cute, and he just has that accent.
For it. Y'all look beautiful.
Oh my God, let me pull him up. Lucien Lavin Scott.
Lucien Lavin Scott.
Yeah.
A real live Lucien?
Yes. And
that's cool.
So sexy.
I love that name. I think if I get a cat, that's what his name is going to be. Oh,
Don't they look really similar?
They do
now
look
that
really
I said
similar.
That.
He would be a good one.
I mean, like he looks kind
of
pretty
him some
boy
dreads
in that. Yeah.
And a nice robe.
He'd
be pretty.
Look at this. Look at that.
Ooh, yeah.
He's really cute.
100%. Love that.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, moving on. Winter.
Okay, so I throwback for you 90 girlies. I've got Chad Michael Murray.
Oh, I love him.
I just think that his light skin, even with like longer blonde, you put blonde white hair on him, costume and design can like make him all up.
AI can make him all up.
I know. So I just think you throw in Chad Michael Murray as Winter Court. He's not a huge presence in the book. I don't
No, he's just kind of icy. Even though
just
him
icy.
and I do like him and Vivian because he makes her his high lady.
Yeah, which is awesome. And I think he would just have kind of that background little story.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah. He's a good one. Okay, people will probably hate me for this, but I chose Harry Lloyd. He's the guy who played Viserys in the first series of Game of Thrones, the crappy Targaryen of Daenerys, her brother.
Ew.
Yeah, but imagine like super white hair.
We already had
eyes.
the blonde hair.
Yeah. He actually doesn't have blonde hair in real life. It's
well,
like
none
brown.
of them do.
Yeah,
I mean, neither did what's her name? But
Danny, no.
Yeah.
I picked him because he looks like, I don't know, I always pictured Winter as kind of meaner looking, you know?
Yeah, very icy.
Sharp,
cold.
Yeah.
And like, well, and he has like the
Sharp
very
features.
fine skin, you know, the very white, pale.
Yep.
And that's how it kind of felt like Chad Michael Murray. Like if you just really dressed him up like that.
Oh, yeah.
I think he would do it too.
Question. Am I thinking wrong, like thinking of the wrong person, but did Chad Michael Murray, is he gay?
No.
Who am I thinking of?
Mean Girls.
The Mean Girls guy.
Yeah, he's gay.
That's who it was. I was like, one of my childhood loves switched over, which is totally cool with me. But I was like, yeah, for some reason I thought it was him.
No,
glad it's not him.
He actually has like 2 kids or something like that.
Oh, I love him. I had so many Chad Michael Murray posters around my wall.
Did I.
Oh,
I was such a poster gal, and I loved him. And then One Tree Hill.
One Tree Hill, yes.
Man.
The Cinderella Story. That was my favorite one.
Oh, that's such a good one.
Right. Okay, who's next? Autumn?
Oh, yeah. Okay, so Autumn. Okay, stay with me here. Because he's older. So I don't know why, but I just pictured Autumn because the boys, like his older boys and stuff. Yeah. Like, I just pictured him as more like an older dad.
Totally.
Guy. Hair and makeup him. Okay. Stay with me.
Okay.
George Clooney.
Ooh.
But just hair and makeup.
Makeup him.
Little, yeah.
I like that.
I don't know. He has a little bit darker skin because he's been living in Italy for like ever.
Right.
And
George.
I think out of his little role, but like
I think it'd be great.
I think he could do it.
Come on, George, we need you. Play Baron.
Let's go.
Yeah, I just chose that guy from Grey's Anatomy, the redhead, Kevin McKidd. Christina Yang.
Yeah. See, I was going like not a redhead because I was like, I'm gonna just pick something different.
I wasn't super happy with my choice, but I couldn't think. I either thought of him or like Gerard Butler, but that's.
Ooh, I like Gerard Butler.
Right, I love Gerard Butler.
Maybe we throw him somewhere else.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the King of Hybern.
I was about to be like, he could be the king.
He would be a great king.
He would, and evil and.
Oh, yeah. I'm changing it now. He's my King of Hybern, and I'm going to move who I had for King of Hybern to Jurian.
Okay, who did you choose for that?
Michael Fassbender. Have you seen? Do you know who that is?
Or maybe I do. I just don't know who.
You probably haven't seen X-Men, have you? I'm trying to think what else he's been in. I don't know. I don't think I'll show it to you after.
Okay.
He's good.
I didn't do him, but for the King of Hybern.
Yeah.
I have Johnny Depp. I know. I feel like
Can we have Johnny Depp and Amber Heard as Ianthe?
Right? Let's go.
That would be hilarious. They would never, ever, but still.
I know. I thought that was a little far-fetched. Really wasn't 100% with that, but.
If we could get Rob to come and do it. Wait, not Rob. I was thinking Robert Downey Jr.
Ooh, I like Robert Downey. Ooh.
Who did you say?
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp. Brain fart.
Oh, but Robert Downey would be good.
And something.
Good. Yeah. Well, you know what? We got to go through casting some more. I think that's it for it. Okay, guys, this book
so long
has so much information. Here. We're just going to kind of go through and pick our favorite parts of it from part 1, part 2, part 3.
Right.
Or else we'd be here all day and nobody wants to
listen to us rant any more than we already have. Okay. So the first part, Princess of Carrion, we've got Feyre just wreaking havoc in Tamlin's court.
I love it.
I was here for it. It was
Yeah.
my favorite part of the whole book.
Me too,
Loved
honestly,
it.
because I was the second book left such a cliffhanger of her going there that when I started this book, I was like, let's
go. What are you gonna do, girl?
Yeah.
And I love how they just opened it up with her like painting a painting of flowers. She's like, and it's so fake. I'm really plotting their demise, but I'm here looking like the pretty high lady they want.
Exactly.
Painting my flowers.
Tampon is losing his men left and right. They're just turning on him. Urian, is that how you
Jurian.
Okay. I don't know.
Jurian shows up because the King of Hybern sends his forces.
Yeah.
And his niece and nephew, which I did not like them.
No, they're
like weird and
horrible.
incestuous.
That's what I thought. I was like,
they were sharing a tent and they're like twins. It's gross.
Yeah. Same.
Not here for it.
And then Feyre discovers that Hybern plans to destroy the wall. So right when she figures that out, she's like, fucking peace out.
Yeah.
I gotta go.
She destroys Ianthe, which I was here for that too. Ianthe sucks. We get to see more of her. I did like one of my other favorite part was when Feyre like does the thing. It's Ianthe. It's at I'm totally rambling. Sorry guys, but whenever she is doing the religious ceremony and the sun's coming up. Yes, I like that part. And she's like, no, it's going to actually shine on me, Ianthe, not on you. People like me more. I like that part.
I know.
That's about all I liked, though.
I know. Well, and that's about it until she pieces out and Lucien goes with her, which is pretty crazy because she's like, I need to go back to my mates.
I did like their little escape running through the courts.
Yeah.
That was cool.
I know.
And Lucien's brothers going after them.
That was such a crazy scene. I kind of forgot about that when I was going through it. And I was like, this is badass.
Yeah. Them on the ice in the winter court. And then finally Cassian shows up. Cassian and Azriel, I think.
Yeah. The bad
both
boys.
of them. The bad boys.
Yeah. They come and they help him. So, which is awesome.
So, yay. She escaped. We're happy.
And then we're on to part 2.
Wow. We have a lot to say about this one.
It's good. And when I was reading it the first time, I was like, this book is awesome.
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah.
But I liked listening to it again.
Yeah. I just don't think I would put it as high up as like number 2 was amazing.
Literary genius.
When I'm like talking about it, like, yeah, it's all good when you're reading it and stuff. But looking back, you're just like, yeah, this happened. Yeah, this happened.
Yeah, and there's a lot of stuff you forget because there's a lot of fluff in between. Like in the second part, she goes through a bunch of training and she's just learning to fly a bunch.
Yeah, which is like necessary. I understand that, but like it's just fluff. Like she's just training
It
and
is
stuff.
fluff.
And then Nesta and Elaine. Okay, guys,
let's talk about her sisters.
Me so bad. They're so whiny and they're so mad that they're Fae. I get it. You didn't want to be here in the first place, but now you are. Make the best of it, guys.
Yeah.
So whiny.
There's a lot of whine to them, especially Nesta. Elaine's just kind of gone.
She's over there. Well, she's gone talking about nonsense. What do they call it? They call it dream talk, and she ends up being a seer.
A seer.
Yeah, what is it?
And then we don't hear about that ever again. But yeah, I hope in her book we get to delve more into that because
I don't like how she's obviously setting it up. Obviously.
For something.
But she just throws information about Elaine and then just pieces out. Yeah. I'm not going to touch on this anymore.
No, that's all you need to know. She might have seeing properties, or she is a seer. They determine at the end of the book that she is a seer.
That she's a seer.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay. And then what I do like is that they're calling a meeting for the 7 High Lords.
Yeah. So I liked that. I like I said, I liked getting to know the High Lords a little more.
Yeah. Well, because you're like, oh, there's all these other courts, but we've only seen spring and the summer, which was on the last one, and the night court, and so we haven't really seen all the other High Lords, which is really cool. And so they
we get to see the Dawn court in this one when they have their meeting, because that's where they finally decide. There's a lot of back and forth of where they're gonna go. They go to the Dawn court.
It's like a neutral,
it's a neutral space. That the High Lord there, what's his name? Thesan. I get Thesan and Hellion confused, but Thesan is neutral in almost all matters. Yeah. But they talk of his palaces like being up in the sky and all of the stone, like everything's made of this white opalescent stone. And it just reminds me of like Zeus up in the clouds.
I love her descriptions of every single court. It's beautiful. And you could picture them.
So pretty.
And when you're there, you're like, I could just be here. Like, this is so pretty.
Yeah. She's a very talented writer.
Yeah. You can picture it for sure. And so that's kind of fun. It's going back and forth. But even before the meeting, we get introduced to the bone carver. Well, not introduced, but she goes back.
Yeah, she goes back to the bone carver because they're trying to find allies for this war. That is what the whole book is basically
Because they're not
about.
going to win it.
Oh, no. Highburn's been preparing for this for 500 years?
Yeah.
And they've had 6 months.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're trying to find allies and they're like, okay, well, how many terrible creatures do we know that would help us? And she gets this crazy idea that she's going to get the bone carver to help. But the bone carver wants a mirror, the Ouroboros, which y'all, okay, I discovered something.
This is so cool.
I don't know if anybody else has heard this, but whenever they were talking about the Ouroboros, which is the mirror that Feyre has to give to the bone carver, they describe it as a mirror that used to belong to a dark queen who used it to travel between worlds.
Y'all, who's traveling between worlds in a different series?
Oh my god, it's Queen Maeve. It
obviously.
When I heard that, I cannot tell you. I mean, first of all, I texted y'all, and then I re-listened to it twice to make sure I wasn't crazy. Because I was like, this is Maeve. They're talking about Maeve, and we know that Maeve used those mirrors to travel
in between worlds.
Boom.
I just don't understand how this is the first time I'm hearing about this. I haven't seen this online anywhere.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure somebody has figured it out somewhere.
Yeah, of course. There's all these crazy people that are finding this out. Yes. But I just had never heard of it before.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is so crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So crazy.
Well, I didn't realize that I completely forgot about the mirror after reading it. Well, yeah, just completely forgot about it until I re-listened. And I listened and I heard this part. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
It's Maeve.
Well, and so
I want to know how that mirror got there.
So, and if you're starting all of her books, you kind of maybe start with this one or this series. And so you go through it and you don't really think anything of it. Then you go to Throne of Glass and then you're like, holy shit, there's Maeve. And then you go back and you're like, oh, she is tying shit together here.
Right. Because the end of Throne of Glass ties to ACOTAR. And then when you start Crescent City,
it all ties.
I just can't wait.
I know.
To discuss that.
It'll be cool.
It's amazing.
That's pretty sweet. So like she's now the bone carver trying to get this mirror and then she makes also another bargain with this library monster thingy.
Library monster. Bryaxis?
Yep.
Library monster. I like that name but
you
better.
Should see my notes. They're great.
The library monster.
Yeah. So then we got that one. Then it's just like what I didn't like is that there's just like a lot of back and forth of stuff who we've already seen.
Right. Like she's going to the Illyrian camps a lot.
Yes,
and the Weaver's Cottage.
And the Weaver's Cottage again. And it's like, I understand they're creepy and I understand you need them as allies, whatever. But like, we already know them.
Oh, can we talk about the saddest part of the book?
Oh, what is that?
R.I.P. the Suriel.
Oh, that was actually devastating.
It was devastating.
Yeah.
First and second time.
Tell me how he died again.
So she goes to the middle to find the Suriel to find answers on how to defeat Hybern. Ianthe and the King of Hybern have already tried to get answers from the Suriel. Suriel won't give them answers, but they have given them a cloak. Gave the Suriel a cloak that tracks them.
That's right.
So the Suriel's wearing the tracking cloak. Ianthe shows up. They kill the Suriel. Then Feyre gets pissed. Takes Ianthe and the soldiers that are with her to the Weaver.
Yeah, okay, that was kind of
fun. That.
I loved that. That was neat. I have that on my favorite part here.
Yes. And super happy. All right. Not R.I.P. Ianthe, glad you're gone, bitch.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
And then
sorry. It was a little dark.
And then all of this is happening while the summer court gets, attacked.
Oh yeah, that was another thing that happened. Summer court gets attacked.
Yeah. So
that's unfortunate.
Then we're in part 3.
Oh. Yay, part 3. I think this one really starts with Elaine getting taken, or maybe that's more in the middle. I can't remember. No, this starts. Okay, the start of the part 3 is after the meeting.
Yeah, of the meeting of the 7 High Lords.
Yep.
And the war begins.
Yeah. Cauldron steals Elaine. I did like when the Cauldron stole Elaine and then her and Azriel go back to take her.
That was cool. And then we also realized that Jory
Jurian.
Jurian and Tamlin are like double agents, and they help.
Right.
They actually help.
Yeah.
I put here justice for Tampon.
Yeah,
Like,
just his little retribution
really
'cause
helped. He helped them.
he saved her.
He
Yeah.
did. And like,
From the wolves.
that scene was so intense. I remember reading
Yeah.
that and being like, oh my
It was
God.
intense when I just listened to it. I was like, oh man.
Yeah. So I liked how they go back and save her. Obviously, they were going to. Her sister's was taken, of course.
Yeah, she's not going to stand for that.
No. So that was kind of crazy. They're all fighting. And then here comes Feyre's father, just like on a little ship.
Oh, so we're at the war when they're truly fighting.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically it. I mean, other than that.
Yeah, because Lucian's out there trying to find the Lost Queen, Firebird Queen, which I think there's going to be more to that. Well, I guess she's in the 5th book a little bit. But I don't know. I could be wrong. But yeah, the father showing up, that was crazy. Daddy, Prince of Merchants.
I wasn't
Daddy
expecting
Archeron.
that. Like,
I didn't expect that at all the first time I read it. I was just like, oh, he was gone. Oh.
Like, you kind of get it. Like, that's why he was gone and stuff. And
yeah. Because at first you're like, why is this guy never at his house?
Taking care of his daughters.
Taking care of his daughters.
Yeah. So that was kind of sad. And then, I mean,
kind of sad. It was really sad.
Well, it was super sad.
He
so
gets,
obviously
like, beheaded.
obviously
straight
he's
right there.
dead. Like does he get beheaded or does his neck snap?
He snaps his neck.
Yeah,
That's what
like,
it is.
because in the book, I remember reading it and just being like, I could hear it. Like, you know, when somebody just got getting.
I wish I had a stick. I could like do it right here by the microphone. Yeah,
and then you just hear like the blood screams of
right.
Nesta and Elaine and stuff.
Yeah.
But then here comes little old Elaine.
Okay, when it said that Elaine stabbed
the
Highburn, the King of Highburn. Wow, the Highburn. That's when I was just like, dang, I did not see that coming either. That whole scene.
No, that whole scene. I was like,
I was not prepared for Elaine to
be the one to kill him.
Right. Well, she says, well, Nesta killed him. I just stabbed him a little.
I'm like, no, bitch, you like stabbed him where
he could
first.
Die. Yeah, you got him first.
And then Nesta was so pissed off that she chopped off his head.
Yeah, she finished it, but you got him, Elaine. You got him.
Yeah. And then but so, like, there's so much that happens.
So much
because it's like that's such a crazy scene. But then here's another crazy scene.
Yeah.
Like, it just kind of keeps going and going and going. And you're like, when is this book going to end?
I literally just listened to it yesterday, the end of this book, but I can't remember how something happens to the cauldron during that scene, and it cracks. It cracks.
Okay, so here we go. I have just the end notes of it. So Elaine stabs King through the neck. Amren's supernatural form destroys Highburn, like that's what it was. The army.
Yes.
So Amren and Feyre are trying to go get the cauldron to go stop the war. So like, yeah, okay, the king's dead, but like, there's shit
I forgot
going on.
all about this, and Feyre thinks that Amren like betrays her.
Yeah, like is sneaking behind her back.
Right, but no, stuff. She didn't know how to destroy the cauldron. She just knew how to free herself to destroy everybody else.
Yes.
That's what it was. Okay.
So now, so
damn, Amren.
Yeah, Amren saves everybody basically.
Saves
then Rhys pours all his magic into Feyre so that she can mend the cauldron.
Right, because she's the conduit to fix the cauldron. Because this world, they mention it briefly in this book that the world that they live in cannot exist without the cauldron. Yeah. That's big.
Yeah, well, it makes sense that now she needs to fix it. Oh, there's so much you want to tell me.
There's so much I want to say.
So doing that though, so he pours all his magic into Feyre. R.I.P. Rhys.
I
was so sad.
I was pissed.
I was like, "There's no way." And then I was like in denial. I was like, "He's not dead. He's not dead." And of course, he's not dead.
No, they bring him back
because they resurrect it. She's like screaming at all the High Lords to bring him back. And they do.
They're all just staring at her like, "Oh, okay.
We fucking hate this guy, but sure."
I know. It was a little cheese fest.
Like, I don't understand. If I was Summer Court,
I don't see how she got Tamlin and the Autumn Court to do it.
I don't.
Tamlin just shows up and is like, be happy, Feyre. Here's my little kernel of power.
Yeah. I don't know. I just think that's so unrealistic when he's supposed to be the
He should have been dead.
He should have been dead.
He should have stayed dead.
Also, he's the most powerful High Lord ever, but yet, like, now that they want to bring the most powerful person back.
I know. That's what I was like. There's got to be a different way, not just them all giving him a kernel of power. But I'm not going to
So
argue
now
with genius. So
you know
whatever.
what? I can't even remember because it's been a while since I've read this, and
Mhm.
I can't remember super super details. But you just listen to it. Is when they all give them a power to Reese, their little
The little kernel of
colonel.
power. Mhm.
Does it give them their powers,
Okay.
or is it just re-erecting like him again?
So all 6 of the other High Lords plus Feyre gives Reese a kernel of their power, and then he comes back and he's like, "Don't worry, I didn't take any of your power." So no, he did not get the power of all the other 6 High Lords.
Oh, okay. See, I just didn't
I
remember the
think they were
detail
able
on
to
that.
just like give him life, but not power, because they messed up with that with Feyre. They gave him you get life and power. And they're like, we're not going to do that again.
We'll just give you life.
Here's some life. Here's a little kernel of life. Welcome back. If only that's how it worked.
It's just such cheese.
It was a little cheese, but I'm just trying to get past the cheese. And
But then I was like, oh, good, he's back.
yeah, I know.
I was like,
I didn't like
love you.
I didn't like why did we have to kill him off? Why couldn't he just be like really down and then she like heal him or something? You know, I don't know. That's just a little thought I had.
Yeah, I agree on that.
I don't like resurrection like that because it's like, no, you dead.
Well, Feyre already died like that. So
right.
for her to do that to the same character, like another character,
The same thing.
the same way to bring it
same
back.
way, yeah.
A little repetitive.
A little bit.
A little annoying.
A little bit.
So
that's our only that's my only complaint.
I agree. And
yeah.
like talking it through, I never felt like that until really saying it. I'm like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think.
No, it was good.
But so now the cauldron is back.
Yay.
And everybody's alive. Except for the dad, R.I.P.
Yeah, is he the only one who died? I was trying to think.
We don't really have, I mean, other
There's
than
not
like
a lot of death in this one.
No, not of the main characters.
Not of the main characters.
Mm-mm. And then they won the war. Yippee! That's my little star notes.
Yay!
And yeah. Oh, and then they hide the cauldron away on an island.
Cretea, Miriam, and Drankins. We didn't even touch on them. That was a whole nother story.
Dude, there's so many different things that
little
you could
sub-stories.
Yeah, that you could go on about. But
I will say the Peregrines, which are the white feathered winged fae.
Yes,
I liked them. That was a little sub story I liked.
Yeah, which it wasn't like super main. You didn't really
no,
need
it wasn't
know about it though.
It wasn't. Nope. Anyways, thanks guys. I was just thinking to myself, I'm reading, like I said, House of Flame and Shadow at the same time as we're doing this, and I'm trying to not
spoil anything because I'm like, I can see it on your face.
You can see my brain working.
This part,
I like them.
And I'm like, oh, is it connecting? Yeah. So
I'm over here just like,
so funny.
Pay attention to those little parts.
I know. So overall, what would you rate this? Like, did you love it? Did you just like hate it?
So the second one was a 10 out of 10 for me.
Right? I know. So good.
First one was like an 8.5 out of 10 for me. I'm giving this one a 7.5 out of 10. Solid.
Yeah. That's
solid C.
That's what I gave it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just because it had good action, I felt like throughout. I still loved the romance between both of them.
Oh,
there was that. The little flirty vibes between like Cassian, like everybody kind of always has their flirty vibes. So I loved that. I gave it a 7. Yeah, it was good.
It's good. We approve, obviously.
Obviously, we love the whole series, but they all just stand out very differently. And then when you look at the whole series as a whole, you're like, that shit was awesome.
It's amazing.
So, I mean, it's definitely good. Who would you kill off?
I'm killing off Elaine.
I killed off Nesta. R.I.P. sisters.
This is how we feel about the sisters.
That's fucking funny. They're annoying in this book.
Yeah, they're not the best. Nesta's really annoying.
I am trying to be high fae, and you guys are bitching about it.
Right, I know. I know. That's what really gets me. It's like these people, they lived beneath the wall in fear of these fae. Yeah, I get it. But like, wouldn't you want to be immortal and beautiful forever?
Well,
and super strong?
What I don't understand is how Feyre came over. She's scared to death of them too. Came over and was in awe about everything. Wasn't really scared. Yeah, she's like timid at first. Cautious and timid and going, okay, I don't understand this world.
Right.
Let me learn about it. These fucking girls are over here going, no, I don't like anything about this. I don't
Mm-mm.
want to be here. This is all bad. When Feyre's like, no, like it's
It's
actually
beautiful. The people are
beautiful.
nice.
And the people
Get
are
over
being,
yourself.
and the people are being really nice to
Yeah.
them and they're not having it. And it's like, then leave.
Yeah, I don't.
I don't, because it's a lot, guys. It's not like it's just like a little baby part where they're bitching.
There's
It's
a lot of bitching
the
about it.
whole thing.
Nesta doesn't even do her job of trying to keep the wall up. She like trains for
Yeah.
half the book and then they're like, the wall's down. And Nesta's like, I didn't even get to try. It's like, well, you bitched the whole time. Instead of
Yeah.
practicing, you bitched.
Exactly.
Obviously, it's not Nesta's fault, but like, that's what I was thinking whenever she's like, I didn't even get to do it.
Yeah. Well, no.
Sorry.
So I didn't really care for that. So,
What's the last one?
would you rename it if you had to?
I'm going along with my previous Feyre's Fate, Feyre's Flight. This is going to be Feyre's Fight.
Oh, I love that. I love it. So I kind of did the same thing.
Yeah.
I did summer or spring court, night court. I'm doing the 7 courts
Ooh,
for this one.
like
So a
that.
little bit different, not sticking with the springs and summers
Mhm.
and stuff, but that's because all of them kind of rally together to beat Hybern.
Oh, yeah, they got to.
So I think the 7 courts, I think I would probably name it.
High Lords.
But
Stay with the High Lord.
I still like what you said about a court of wings and ruin, how it spells war.
Echo War.
Yeah, I
Love
think that's
that, right?
really cool. I don't know if she did that on purpose, but
I don't
like
know
it.
either, but it's cool.
Why do you think she named it Wings of Ruin?
So the wings, I think, is because Feyre is learning to fly. She gets her wings. And
that's
ruin
smart.
is because everything's pretty ruined.
Yeah, and it's going to
I
shit.
think. I don't know. We also get to see, I forgot about this, but Rhys in his full beast form fighting. Him and like Helion, which is the day court guy. So it's like a golden beastie with wings and then a night beastie with wings.
That's right.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
That was cool.
There's a lot of cool stuff in this book. And
There is. Like, I don't want to sound like we were bored or we're. It was a really good novel. I loved it.
Yes, it is. And I think, and like we said, we recommend this series to everybody. Everybody that's like, I need a new book. I'm like, oh,
all my best friends.
I got you. Here we go.
Yes, please read this.
And then read Throughout a Glass. And then read Crescent City.
I know. I feel bad because my mom's starting on this one. I'm like, I hope you like it because if you do, there's 16 more. And she goes, 16? I'm like,
yeah. Yeah, you got to keep going.
Yeah.
I know my mom's on Throne of Glass right now. So she read Assassin's Blade and now she's on
Fabulous.
Throne of Glass.
So,
we'll see.
Awesome. Well, I don't have anything else. Do you have anything else to add?
No, I don't. But this was super fun.
Super fun.
I'm happy to do this. And the next one, I have my thoughts. So I can't.
Haley has thoughts. So I don't know what that's about.
Oh, man.
Are we still? We're combining the 4th and 5th, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, because the 4th one's really just a novella. Super short little baby story.
It's teeny tiny, but yeah, it's, I guess, necessary. That's what you always tell me.
We'll just barely briefly overview it and then move on to Silver Flames because there's so much to unpack in that one.
Yeah, there is. More of Nesta.
More of Nesta, but
griping and running upstairs.
There's
down.
I like it.
All the things. So
there's a lot of going up in stairs.
Fucking stairs, man. So
that's hilarious.
Stay tuned for next week and stay with us. This has been super fun going through the series. We're having a good time with it.
Oh yeah, it's my favorite.
So
until next time.
Bye.
Bye.